A Formula One race car has an average speed of 168 kilometers per hour. Calculate the distance in kilometers that the car traveled in a race of 1 3/4 hours. Now, in order to answer this question, we're going to use the distance, speed, and time triangle. Indeed, the question wants us to figure out or to calculate the distance. Now, based on the speed, distance, time triangle, the distance is the speed multiplied by the time. And so that's the formula that we'll be looking at. Distance is speed multiplied by time. Now, what is the speed? Well, according to the question, the speed is 168 kilometers per hour. That's the speed. And what is the time? Well, the time is 1 3/4 hours. And so what we need to do is we need to multiply these two, we need to multiply these two that we have, the speed and the time. That's what the formula says. Now, but before we multiply them, let's convert this mixed fraction into a decimal. 3/4 written as a decimal is 0.75. And so that means that 1 3/4 is going to be 1.75. And so what we have is we have 168 kilometers per hour multiplied by 1.75 hours. And so we're going to multiply 168 multiplied by 1.75, and that gives us 294. And so that means that the distance, right, the distance in kilometers that the car traveled is going to be 294 kilometers. And how do we get that? We multiply 168 by 1.75, and that's the answer to this question. Next, it states that they want us to calculate the time in minutes to travel a lap of 5.6 kilometers. So they want the time, but they want the time in minutes to travel a lap of 5.6 kilometers. Now, again, we have the speed, distance, time triangle. If we're trying to figure out the time, we have to take the distance and we have to divide it by the speed. And so time is equal to distance divided by speed. What is the distance? Well, the distance is 5.6 kilometers. And what is the speed? Well, the speed, as we noted from the previous question, is 168 kilometers per hour. And all we need to do is divide. So we have to divide 5.6 by 168, and that gives us 0.033 and more threes. And so, but remember now, we have to take this time that is in hours, right? We have to take this time and we have to express it in what? In minutes. Now we know that we know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. And so if we have something in hours and we want to convert it into minutes, what we need to do is we need to multiply by 60. So we're going to take this decimal and multiply it by 60. So we have 0.0333 and more threes multiplied by 60, and that gives us exactly 2. And so that means that the time in minutes is going to be 2 minutes, and that's the answer here. So the time is actually 2 minutes. And so that brings us to the end of this question. So that's the final question here. So the time is 2 minutes, and that's the answer here. And so that's all we have to do.